Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce.
And given the nature of the rivalry between these teams, expect emotions to be running high. Both teams have to feel a little on edge right now.
I think it's always that way when these guys get together. The fans and the players are jacked up. Even the vendors are ramped up, talking stuff. It's a special matchup for sure.
Here's Castle. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And the highlight of this game could be the matchup at the 5 spot, Clark.
You know, Brian, we've seen Strong play at the center position these last few years, and we've got two bigs who can each take over a game, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching them square off.
And so it's Indiana with it, following the bucket by the Magic. Pass to Nembhard. 6 to shoot. Here's Walker. It's not going to go for him. Eason with some nice D. Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jamal Mosley.
I asked him if there was a plan in place to slow down Haliburton, and Coach joked, hey, if a plan existed, somebody smarter than me would have come up with it. Tyrese impacts the game in too many ways for us to neutralize. We just need to do what we can to make life difficult for him.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Good on the second one. One thing this team loves about Jalen Suggs, he is one tough guard, Clark.
Hey, he was the state football player of the year in high school. And you don't just forget about how to be tough when you've done what he's done on the gridiron. And it translates extremely well to the hardwood. I think he's one of the better on-ball defenders in the league right now. A reliable passer leaves obvious openings, and Suggs is going to help his team take advantage of them.
Here's Haliburton. He got a piece of it.
0 for 4 to start this game. Some of it's execution, and some of it's just bad luck.
The 3 from Suggs. And another 3 for Orlando.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Walker. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14 and a half a game.
Just brutal. I mean, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
Here's Suggs. 9-point game. Here's Eason. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass to Turner. Outside Walker. To get back on track. It's hauled in by the Magic.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Puts up a deep 3. The rebound by Turner.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check, and was maybe a step out of his range. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Suggs with it. Pass to Klingon. Picked it out of midair. And they're on the break. Three-pointer Mathurin. Another 3 for Indiana.
He'll mix one in here and there. Mathurin stretches the floor that way, making the defense respect his 3-ball.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Haliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Now, here's Williams. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul of the game. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So both teams making some changes here. Lots of room. Yep, that one's good.
I doubt that's what they were looking for, but it works out.
Orlando leading. Pass to Castle. .151 left to play in the first. Back to Eason. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. Here's Siakam. The shot's good.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Screen by Eason. Pass to Black. Back to Eason. Lets the three fly. Sends it home from three-point land.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
.105 left now in the first quarter.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
1:02 left in the first quarter. Takes a step back. Castle for three. And again, it's Orlando with a three.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Siakam gets the bucket.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Here's Black. No made baskets yet. Outside Eason. There's the three. Drills it from deep.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Orlando making a switch here. That one misses.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Launches it. Doesn't go that time. No luck on that one. And so it's the Orlando Magic with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. We'll be right back. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Orlando.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
And Halliburton has got the ball here for Indiana. 6-point game. Plenty of space. And he nails the jumper. Halliburton's got his first points of the night. Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Halliburton's Supreme Court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill. Feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Here's Black, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Indiana trailing here. Inside. Outside Walker. Nembhard outside. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Here's Black. Oh, and Turner with a block.
There's the defensive presence they want from Turner, hustling and using his mobility to send it back.
Pacers on D. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Here's Halliburton. And Hallie to the hoop.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Suggs. And miss after miss right now.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Turner, no good. Orlando trailing here. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Suggs. And Turner with the block.
Miles Turner denying another one of the league's best shot blockers year in and year out.
Wallace misses. Indiana on offense. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Mathurin. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Well, Clark talking about Benedict Mathurin. He's another great young Canadian player.
Yeah, they've got a ton of them coming from north of the border, PA. I mean, Mathurin, you got R.J. Barrett, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, at this point, you could probably fill a couple of rosters with high-level players that come from Canada.
Back to Siakam. Here's Halliburton. Orlando with the rebound. It's off to Philadelphia after this game, where they'll face the 76ers. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And they just keep making mistakes. I mean, that's back-to-back turnovers, which easily could have been prevented.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
Here they come, fans. Your 407 Campbell. Give it up again for the 407 Campbell.
And stolen by Suggs. It's a one-on-one situation. Orlando again missing. Indiana on offense. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. The open shot, Siakam. And Indiana misses again. Magic trail by 3. The ball's knocked loose. And here comes the break. There's Nesmith with a 3. And Indiana misses again. Here's Orlando. Outside, Williams. To the paint. Stolen by Siakam. In transition, here they come. The 3 is up. And Clingan pulls it down. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Magic. They trail by 3. Outside, Williams. And he drops it in from the low post. Williams has got his 2nd bucket of the night. Steps back. Outside Nesmith. Pass to Shepherd. The 3 is up. Hits the trifecta. And the Pacers lead by 4.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
Really good aggressive take from Suggs, giving the defense no choice but to foul him there.
So he gets them both. And here are the Pacers now. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Shepherd. And here's Nesmith. Siakam outside. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Suggs. No good with a layup. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Indiana ahead, leading by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. We've got second half action for you. And if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Walker with a steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Pacers. Halliburton for 3. Orlando with the rebound.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
On defense, the Pacers. Down low. Here's Suggs. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Absolutely flying. Look at Suggs using those hops to jam it home.
Three-pointer, Halliburton. Williams grabs the board.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Williams in the post. Pass to Castle.
A sloppy pass. Have to be more precise than that.
Knocked away. And stolen by Suggs. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on Nembhard. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Now here's Halliburton. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. And the jam by Walker.
Nice slam by the big man Walker, making his presence felt there inside.
Back to Eason. Walker with a steal. Here's Mathurin. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Suggs doing a nice job being aggressive. They're challenging defenders and getting rewarded with the call.
Suggs hits them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Halliburton left side. Now here's Turner. Still without a bucket. Back to Nembhard. Clock at 6. Halliburton for 3. And no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
To the inside. Pass to Castle. Back to Eason. On the take. Here's Castle. Suggs outside. Got it. Good job in the low post. Suggs has got 12.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Outside Mathurin. From outside the arc. The kick out to Walker. Pass to Mathurin. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Goes back up. And the shot falls short that time. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Magic. Williams from long range. Pure from three-point range. He's got 7.
Boy, good vision that time from Suggs on this play. Finding the most ready shooter and fed him nicely.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Tyrese Halliburton, an all-star starter last season, is not done yet. He said, quote, "I want to be a champion, a Hall of Famer, and one of the greats. I want the next generation to talk about my ability as a basketball player. That's definitely the goal. I don't ever set limits." Brian?
Allie just scratching the surface. Thank you. Good stuff there. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants to review the game plan.
They've already committed enough fouls to be in the penalty. Not good. They need to concentrate on playing good defense without fouling.
Knocked loose. It's a one-on-one situation. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Indiana trailing here. To the middle. Wallace pulls it in.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
It just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Here's Castle after the basket by Indiana. That one falls. Castle's got 14 points for the game.
Boy, I think they've lost their intensity. I mean, the defensive pressure is lacking this half.
Pass to Shepherd. Siakam with it. From outside, off the mark.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Now here's Wallace. Fires the 3. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Here's Shepherd. Orlando with the rebound.
Bad foul. That's not who you want to send to the line.
The first free throw is good.
What you can't help but notice this half is how lights out they've been from the free throw line.
And he makes both free throws.
When they get chances at the line, they make you pay. I mean, their free throws have helped maintain this lead.
Shot on the wing. It's hauled in by Robinson.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
Castle misses. Pacers trail by 6. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Shepherd. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Indiana shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Here's Castle. 16 points for him. No luck on that one. Wing shot on the way. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Orlando ahead, leading by 3.
46. The Pacers, 43.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Pacers trail by 3. Now Halliburton. Using the vertical there.
High energy throwdown that time by Halliburton, not wasting any time or motion.
Here's Orlando. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Suggs. The rebound by Turner. Outside Mathurin. And he dunks it down.
Magnets and vice grips on his hands. Mathurin making a miss.
And the officials who have called the illegal screen here.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Indiana leading. Walker sets a screen. Tyrese playing big in the painted area.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Suggs with the bucket. Suggs has got 9 points now in the second half.
Boy, that's just the toughness basket by Suggs right there. Remember now, this young man was an all-state football player in high school.
Walker for 3. Buries it from 3. And the Pacers lead by 4.
The defense had him confused early on, but he's responded in the second half with some assertive play. I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
There's the foul. It's on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul. Orlando making a switch here. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
You know, between his skills, his motor, and his physical abilities, Walker came into the league more ready for the NBA than most first-year guys.
And both free throws good for Walker. Here's Suggs. Here's Castle. Suggs outside. From the arc. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
He's taking what he can get here as a 3 in each half.
Here's Halliburton. Pass to Nembhard. Back to Turner. Up top, Walker. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mathurin. Williams grabs the board. And Williams has got the ball here for the Magic. It's a 1-point game. And Williams punches it home. Oh, couldn't have asked for a more hotly contested game.
These teams have swapped the lead 8 times. I believe it's coming down to the wire.
Pass to Turner. Back to Halliburton. There's a screen by Turner. Nice move. The kick out to Walker. Tipped. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Eason. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mathurin with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. Orlando with the ball. They lead by 1. The 3. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
And Their offense has been much tighter since halftime. Guys are starting to work together, moving the ball around, getting good shots.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
First team foul.
They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Suggs surveys the D. Pass to Klingon. Suggs outside. 6 on the shot clock. And another 3 for Orlando.
Looks like they're gaining some confidence here in crunch time.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Hallie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He laid into the team about being over-aggressive. He said, quote, "You're letting them get to the line as much as they want. We've got to dial back some of the physicality because it's getting us in trouble. Guys, let's see if they can ease up here."
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Pass to Matherin. To the right side. And here's Turner from the arc. Now Nembhard. A deep 3. Eason pulls it in. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. A minute 42 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. That one drops 4. And now a 9-point Orlando lead.
I mean, just a string of terrific shots. I mean, this team is on fire.
And they've kept the defense on its heels, getting whatever they want offensively.
And the Magic with possession. They're on a 17-5 run. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
To the wing, right side. Counted from distance. And the Magic lead by 12.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Magic.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
B.A., the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to hold things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with the win in the first game.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jalen Suggs.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Pass to Walker to stop the run. Orlando with the rebound.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Screen by Eason. Castle for 3. Walker pulls down the board. He's all alone. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
I mean, just so alert with his head on a swivel. Walker able to find the open man.
Castle for 3. So no problem for